so close. At the end of the day, when he was assassinated by hoodlums, one Suleapa. So, you know, politicians, politics is combined of both kindness and wickedness. Lied against me that I was one that killed the vice chairman, and I was arrested by the SARS for killing my partner. I cannot kill an ant. Unfortunately, I told them that that was a blatant lie. It is a calculated attempt to assassinate my character. I can never do such a thing. But the police, you know, being the kind of people they are, they decided to torture me, to say what I didn't do. So I was hanged like, you know, when you hang layer ram. So I was, for 6 hours, that blood was gushing out of my nose for an offense I don't know anything about. So that day in my life, I will never forget it. And this happened in SOMOLU. Such a dastardly act or punishment has never been meted to me since my since I was born. The second one was 31st of October 2014. Again, when I was leading the congregation of the party members to Teslim Stadium to campaign for Buhari, who dropped to laid me at Fade, and they turned all my clothes, including my pants. You see, these are the prices that I've paid for politics. My name is Otunba Dr. SHAKIRUDEEN Dengel Anifowose, the AKINROGUN of Ekpe Kingdom, Aṣíwájú of Ayétoro community in BARIGA, the Aṣíwájú Adini of First SOMOLU BARIGA Central Mosque, and so on and so forth like that. The former chair of party APC chairman in Lagos State, and the former chairman for BARIGA LCD.
Okay, we don't want to take much of your 70th birthday program. You want to tell us what and what is expected of them.
Yeah. Well, to the glory of Almighty Allah, I have His grace to attain the age of 70. It is always a prayer that you be able to give account of previous year when you attain new year. 60 years ago, 10 years ago when I was 60, I had 5 programs in one, and the 5 programs were spread for 2 weeks. Among the 5 programs I did then was wedding of 2 of my children, a male and a female. My firstborn and my thirdborn wedded that day. I gave one out and I received one in. So, so I had additional 2, 1 boy and additional 1 girl into the midst of the family. And I was equally to band as the Afenifere Adini for the First Central Mosque in Ekpe Division. And I did my housewarming where you are today. It was part of the program before the D-Day. And the musician that performed was Obesere, who was in vogue then. He was the reigning musician then. So we thank God that that's the account of 60th birthday. God spared my life to attain the age of 70, which is a platinum age, which is a landmark in one's life history, even according to Bible and according to Quran. The age limit that one that God has earmarked for everybody is 70. God says anything after 70 is His grace. I prayed to Almighty Allah that I celebrate 80, I celebrate 90, I celebrate 100, I celebrate 120. All this I'm asking for in good health and everlasting wealth, peace of mind and joy. I don't pray to remain on the surface of earth with hardship, health, lack of wealth, removal of the organs of the body, the eyes, the hand, everything. I want to live a normal life. How God created me, I want to go back to Him like that. I don't want to lose any part of my body in as much as I'm still alive. Now, that is the account of what happened 10 years ago when I did my Silver Jubilee birthday anniversary. Now for the platinum age, we have reduced the number of programs to 4. We started with the birthday of Prophet Muhammad that we call Maulid Nabi. We did that in Lagos, very successful. To the glory of Almighty Allah, again, this year, the ulama under the chief imam of Bariga Central Mosque, Imam Giwa, decided to honor me with the Ashwaju Adini of Bariga Central Mosque, which has to be the first central mosque in both SOMOLU and Bariga. So we are going to be banned as Ashwaju of Bariga on that day, 31st of October, when I will be exactly 70 years of age. All my birthdays, I don't extend it. I normally celebrate it when I am that age, whichever day it falls. Because I don't believe in, extending or so. That 31st of October, Thursday, will be the exact date I'll be 70. So we start with the Turbaning, which is Islamic program. After the program, I'm going to launch my book, chronicling my journey so far from 31st of October 1954 to 31st of October 2024, making 70 years. I tagged the book, The Journey So Far. It's going to be launched by prominent Nigerians on the 31st of October 2024. And the turbaning will start from 9 to 11. The book launch will start from 12 to 2 o'clock. Then the social party will follow immediately. And by the special grace of God, like I told you when I was 60, it was Obesere who was invoked then that performed for me. This time around, by the special grace of God, it's going to be Olori Omoba of Ijebu land, K1, the ultimate, King Wasiu Ayinde Marshal will be on stage by the special grace of God. 2 to 6, because I learned as another play that day, but we are both agreed. I have come to an understanding that he should give me the honor by first playing, by first performing at my program. So, and whatever socialization we have within 2 to 6, we will continue from there till any time.
Okay, sir. What's your message to expected guests?
Well, I want to seize this opportunity to appreciate all my guests. And I have to thank God. I believe that there is reward for every behavior or every attitude. There is no time I ever called people to rejoice with me that they don't turn out en masse, both rich and both rich, both young and old, both male and female, men of substance, prominent Nigerians. They will come, and they are coming this time around because initially I didn't want to bother anybody with Ashwebi because of the economic situation in the country. But since my family insisted that they want a unique party that I have bought so many Ashwebi for so many people doing one thing or the other, and that they don't want a situation where some people will come with something that. So at the end of the day, they insisted that there must be Ashwebi, and with the economic situation in the country, people bought it. As I'm talking to you, which is less than 2 weeks to my program, they are still paying for Ashwebi. So this has shown the love that people really have for me, and I'm highly overwhelmed. I'm happy, and I want to equally seize this opportunity to appreciate my family, my nuclear family, for their support, my my siblings for wonderful support they have shown, friends, obas, chiefs, political guru, especially my political colleagues in SOMOLU, BARIGA, members of National Assembly. In fact, there are numerous to mention that have really supported this cause to ensure that I have a befitting 70th birthday anniversary. If I start mentioning name, we will not be able to end this interview. So everybody that has participated, supported me one way or the other in ensuring that we have a befitting 70th birthday, I appreciate them. God in His infinite mercy will reward them abundantly.
Sir, reflecting on your life, what are the 1 or 2 memorable occasions that you like to recount?
Well, that's a very pertinent and good question, because I have already all these things are in my book. I have written them, I have recorded them in my books. But for the purpose of this conference or interview, I want to say that there are 2 or 3 memorable events that I can never forget in my life. The first was when I contested for councillorship in Ekpe local government in 1987. It was a toughest election in Ekpe division in Ward A4. Then that was under Zero Party. I contested against the candidate of the community, late J.K. Rahim. Then I was very young then. I organized, mobilized the youth of the town, and my slogan there was "Young shall grow." So for the love the young people then have for me, it was a very tough election. What I went through that time, both spiritually, physically, it was tug of war. It was a very tough election. The first election I won, but unfortunately, they cancelled that election. So because of my inexperience, a fresher in the political terrain, they carved out where they know that I have very large number of supporters. They carved it out from my ward and they merged it with another ward. So at the end of the day, when we had the second election, equally to I won with 6 votes, but in my presence, the election was rigged in favor of the candidate of the community. At the end of the day, I accepted my fate because I always believe that what God has joined together, or what God has destined for you, nobody can ever change it. So I accepted the result of the election. I didn't contest it. And at the end of the election, the second day, I went to town with drums to dance around the town and say, I don't care who come in, I don't care. They even thought the election has been overturned in my favor. But I just felt I should let them know that politics is spirit of sportsmanship. It's like coupon. If you aspire for a position and you contest, you lose. The next thing for you to do is to try again. If really you are interested in serving humanity, my purpose of coming into politics is to serve humanity. So I didn't bother. I went about the town rejoicing for my loss. And people were surprised. Even the Oba, everybody would dance around their houses, all the prominent people that were supporting my opponent. They first came out, they thought it was the candidate that was dancing. So, and we thank God, the next election in 1990 under SDP, I tried again. And this time around, everybody supported me, including the Oba. In fact, my opponent then lost deposit. The man is late too now. He lost deposit. So it's one of the memorable elections that I will never forget. The second one was when I shifted my base to SOMOLU BARIGA. Though I've been living in SOMOLU since 1979. I come from SOMOLU to POLITICAN, and I have to appreciate people of my town, my Epe, that they don't say because I live in SOMOLU, I come to Epe to politic. They accepted me, they supported me, whatever I'm doing. And I thank God that in 1983, even while I was in SOMOLU, I contested to the State House of Assembly in Epe, and 1987 councillorship. Then I became the chairman of Nigerian People's Party for the whole of Epe Division from Abidjan to Mojoda. Then Epe was the largest local government in Lagos State then. So I thank God. But in 1994, after termination of our tenure by the regime of Abacha, I decided to shift my political base to where I live, and that is SOMOLU. And then since they know me as politician, so it was easier for me to fuse into their system. And we thank God that not quite long, I became part and parcel of the leadership of SOMOLU. One of the memorable things, again, that happened to me in SOMOLU was that in 1998, I sponsored a candidate, Honorable, late now, Aderemi Ogusoya. We lost the election to Honorable Shesola Iwaju, but I pleaded with the leadership of the party in AD in SOMOLU to allow my candidate to vice Shesola Iwaju. And luckily for me, they accepted my plea. And late Honorable Aderemi Okusoya became the vice chairman of that local government. Unfortunately, the man was assassinated while he was there. We were a business partner. So what actually made that period memorable was that when he was, before his death, we were business partner. We sell plywood products then. Before his death, there was little argument in the sharing formula of our proceed. So one of the politicians met us and resolved the matter for us because the man and I were very close. He used to come to Epe here to stay with me. We stay in Epe together, and I know all his family were like one. We share the same office. in Shomolu. So we were so close. At the end of the day, when he was assassinated by hoodlums, one Sule Apa. So, politicians, because of this, at times, politics is combined of both kindness and wickedness. So they have to lied against me that I was the one that killed the vice chairman, and I was arrested by the SARS for killing my partner. I cannot kill an ant. Unfortunately, I told them that that was a blatant lie. It is a calculated attempt to assassinate my character. I can never do such a thing. But the police, being the kind of people they are, they decided to torture me, to say what I didn't do. So I was hanged like, when you hang layer ram. So I was, for 6 hours, that blood was gushing out of my nose for an offense I don't know anything about. So that day in my life, I will never forget it. And this happened in Shomolu. Such a dastardly act or punishment has never been meted to me since since I was born and since I have been politicking. It was in Shomolu that I had such a bitter experience. But I thank God. God compensated me for their for the punishment meted to me, something that I don't know anything about. I loved the man so much, the man loved me too before he was assassinated. However, I thank God that it was after this scenario that I became the party chairman in SOMOLU BARIGA for good 12 years. After becoming the party chairman, I was later elected to as the chair of the party for 10 good years. I believe that this is compensation of the punishment I served without of what I don't know anything about. It was a cooked up story just to assassinate my character. So this scenario, this situation, I can never forget it in my life, though it's part of what I put down in my books. The second one was 31st of October 2014. Again, when I was leading the congregation of the party members to Teslim Stadium to campaign for Buhari, hoodlums to led me at Fade, and they turned all my clothes, including my pants. You see, these are the prices that I've paid for politics. So at times I wonder when people are envious of what God is compensating you. Who among those who are envious of what God has done for you that went through such treatment politically? But I thank God that I'm still alive. They have guns that day. They have all these harmful equipment. If I was armed or I was killed, I won't be celebrating my 70th today. So those are the memorable things that I can never forget in my life. My message to the people, particularly young ones, is that one must be faithful, one must be sincere, one must be perseverance, one must endure, and one must be determined. If you have all these qualities of life, you will get to the to your target, to your desired level in life. If you are able to combine all these things, it is not good for someone not to be consistent. It's not good for someone not to be sincere. It's not good for someone to sometimes Some people will think that they are politicking, they are, you see, you should be fair to all concerned. You understand? That is my message to the young ones. Politics, people say politics is dirty. Is dirty. I don't believe in dirty politics. I am the kind of person that will say the way I see it, the way I feel it, so that I don't care whose ox is God. Mine is to tell you the position of things. But you know, politicians at times, if you tell them that this is the position of things, so they may not listen to you. That is when some people will now say what they want to hear. If you have told them what the position of things, until when they force you to say what they want to hear, then that is not your fault. But me, if you come to me, I will first tell you the position of things, how things go, and I will advise you, if you want to contest, first see it as a coupon, that it is not a do or die affair. Like Obaseki said in Edo, at the end of the day, he lost out. You should not see politics as a do or die affair. See it as a spirit, as a sportman, as a sport. And you have to be sportsmanship. It is like coupon. You either lose or win. When I contested for Senate in 2019, despite the fact that I spent over 80 million, I got from, I campaigned throughout the 98 wards of the East Senatorial District. I campaigned throughout the 16 local government of the Senatorial District. But at the end of the day, my name was conspicuously removed from the list of those who will contest for the primary. But I didn't die. I accepted it as good. I accepted it as good faith from God, that I know that if God wanted me to be there, they won't have the mind of doing such monumental damage for my political career. But we thank God. Unfortunately, my opponent that I contested with me is so rest in peace. Lost his life. Why he was elected, I pity him. He's so rest in peace. It's unfortunate. If I were the one that was elected that time, the same fate might have fallen on me. So when something happened to you, accept it in good faith. Believe that it is to the knowledge of God. So don't get worried. And those who did it for me that they will think they are doing me. They are being wicked to me, or they want to punish me. But God, in His infinite mercy, has His way of compensating people. So I want everybody to have those qualities I've earlier mentioned. And to all politicians, let us have the fear of God at the back of our mind. Let us believe that there's nothing you do that you will not have His reward. If you believe in deceiving people, they will deceive you at the end of the day. If you believe in trying to assassinate or destroy people because you want to rise up, the destruction is at the settlement of your door. It is law of karma. What you do to people will equally happen to you. So my policy is, I'm water. I have no enemy, and I love everybody. And I will continue to maintain that discipline, that position of being a water that has no enemy.
Some support for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu with the present situation of the country now. What can you tell us?
Yeah. The truth of the matter is that I pity the citizen and the people of this country for the hardship they are going through now. But the truth of the matter is that if there is no pain, there can never be gain. I will strongly appeal to the people to endure with this administration. The truth of the matter is that before Ashwaju came in to power, like I told you, I've been in government for 48 years now. The truth of the matter is that we have not gotten it right since we have had our independence. Nigeria is one of the most blessed countries in the world because I've traveled far and wide. I wondered when I traveled to Europe, when I go to Middle East, when I go to America, I used to ask questions that don't our leaders come to this place to see the position, to see the development, and see how people are being governed. You see, but they go there, they see it, they don't come back home to emulate what they have seen in those places they have traveled to. So the problem we are having in the past is that we have been having leadership problem in this country. There is no country that's blessed as Nigeria. We have everything. We have good weather. We have resources. We have human resources. We have everything. God bless. But the problem with us is that we have bad leadership. This man came in and believed that he should not continue with the way this country is being governed. Therefore, the change that is the slogan of APC, that there must be change. And if you want to gain, there must be pain, because there have been a lot of maladministration in the past. So I assure the people of this country that in very due course, they will laugh. The same thing happened in Lagos now. The first 2 years of Ashwaju, everybody they will feel pained. We nearly caused Ashwaju that why in Lagos State. I could remember in 1999, because I've been supporting Ashwaju since 1998, and I'm still a strong supporter up till now, because I know what the man can do. So the same thing is happening now in Nigeria. He is trying to reconstruct, re-engineer, and remote this country. I strongly appeal to the people to please bear with us, persevere, endure. In no time, before 3 months to this time, we will start enjoying the dividend of